Yeah, it's all right now. It still hurts if I like do that or that.
You get a straight uppercut.
Yeah, just basically the headstock of the guitar as he was coming up. Yeah, knocked me flying. Yeah. I mean, it was fine. You know, I didn't even break my nose, but yeah, there's like a slice, like a cut, like right up there, so it really stings. Like anytime I blow my nose or anything, it's like mild inconveniences.
I guess the idea of that tour is we're kind of coming up as on 10 years of being a band. So we, in order to kind of celebrate that, we wanted to go back and do, you know, almost go back in time and do the small venues and do the places that no one ever used to go, no one ever goes to, because that's how we started. We were just getting a van and driving to anywhere that would have us, really. So yeah, it's kind of a celebration of that. And I think we just always noticed that, you know, bands will always play in the big cities. It must be very frustrating for people who live outside of the city, you know, having to spend a lot of money to come into a city. You know, it's an inconvenience, really. So we're trying to get out to some other places.
We have actually talked about doing something like that for Europe, which I don't know when it will be. So we're pretty much touring up until this summer, really, May, and then we're going to start writing again. So it might not be till sort of either later this year or next year, but it's a
we're looking into
now.
it.
Yeah. It's on our to-do list, which is very big, just to get away from it all, you know, like the typical sort of just the cliched like recording situation where you just have no distractions whatsoever, you know, like, you know, literally we had this amazing studio, but other than that there was just trees and, you know, not much else, snakes and
the only distraction we really had was the swimming pool, because it was so hot outside, and, you know, it was nicer being able to go for a swim every day. But no, it was like Ray says, it was just the perfect environment to relax and be able to be creative at any time. You know, it's like if we were doing it in London, we would have had to have been travelling to the studio from like 9 till 6 or whatever. Whereas this place, you know, we stayed there, we woke up, we could have recorded till 4 in the morning if we wanted to, if we were being creative, you know, so it just gave us a lot more freedom.
We had a monsoon come past, yeah, like it sort of wiped out all the telephone lines and internet and everything.
Apparently that was only the beginning of the monsoon as well. When monsoon season's in, apparently it's really bad.
That was pretty crazy.
Thing is, though, we didn't shut all the doors, did we?
Yeah.
And you would not believe the amount of bugs. Once it stopped raining, the amount of bugs that came towards the light that came with the monsoon was insane.
We went in the living room like after not being there for like an hour or something, and it was just
covered,
like big bugs as well. We're talking like, you know, like massive like dragonfly things and just flying around. It was,
I mean, they were kind of the bugs that, well, we'd never seen them before. They were huge and they looked mean, as in, like,
menacing.
They could do some damage. Like, we went on a boat. We took a day off, like, just to get out of the studio and stuff, and we went on a boat trip, almost where they took us to this like island, a derelict island, where we got off, we went swimming and stuff, and we also went fishing. And the captain, our captain was called Mr. Squid, Captain Squid, and he caught a shark and a stingray.
He was pretty good.
He was a good fisherman.
We just caught like these tiny little, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember what they were now, but yeah.
It was like their babies. You throw them back. It's like he gets a shark. Anyway, yeah. So he knocked it over the head, and we took it back, and these chefs they cooked it for us.
I mean, personally, I really don't listen to that much heavy music anymore. Like, I listen to a lot of, you know, kind of soundscapey stuff like chilled out electronica and post rock and stuff. So it's definitely a big influence. And as well, a lot of the subject matter that we talk about in the lyrics, it does lend itself to that real sort of pure emotion within the music. So it's definitely a road that we'll explore more, yeah.
Yeah, I remember like, in Thailand, or when we were working up to it, we always knew it was going to be a really epic kind of sounding track. And I think we're always kind of aware of that, even if we do have some ideas or something, we're aware pretty early, like which avenue a song like Constellations should go down.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you get to see, you know, these pockets of enthusiasm wherever we go. Like, you know, it's not, people aren't just coming up to us and saying, you know, you know, fans of our music love the music, they're also saying, you know, we really sort of feel tied to the message and respect that. So it's great to see that, and it really enthuses us to carry on doing this. Yeah, there's definitely that sense. The amount of music that's either used to just promote like consumerism or just like greed, you know, like a lot of pop music, rap music, it's all just like bigging yourself up, and it's a bit immature and silly. And yeah, we've kind of stumbled onto this platform that we never thought we'd have. You know, this was just a hobby, this band. So yeah, we definitely want to use that to promote sort of things that we believe in and believe are important. When we did shows, you know, the first few years of the band, you know, we'd be out speaking to people, because there'd only be like maybe 50 people at the show, so we could speak to everyone there. So you felt very close and connected. It was that sort of, you know, family that you built up of not really fans, just friends. And obviously now it's not really possible to do that, because of the amount of people that come to the shows, which is obviously amazing. But a good way to keep that connection is through social media. So
yeah, I guess it's not like the old days in the 80s where bands were untouchable, you know, and they're put on this pedestal. Like, people are a lot closer, they want to be a lot more involved these days, and I think, you know, like YouTube, Twitter and stuff, it just gives them more of an insight into, and, you know, makes them feel more involved, which is only going to be a good thing, I think. Yeah,
I don't really buy the kind of, people say that it's taking away the mystery of, you know, the artist, you know, like, I don't believe in that. Like, everyone's just a human.
Yeah.
Like, everyone shits, everyone washes their teeth, everyone, you know, like, we're all the same. So it's, yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Exactly.
It's not usually like a specific moment, you know, there isn't that critical point that sort of spurs. It's more just kind of when you're in the mood and you're feeling creative, and I don't know, you write about things in general. Like, it's quite rare that we have songs about specific moments. Yeah. I'm trying to think of an example.
It's more about just really built up frustration, I guess.
Yeah, I guess there's lots of, you know, individual moments that then create a song. I mean, we've listened to that side of the musical spectrum, you know, since we were kind of 15, 16. We were lucky enough to be growing up in St Albans, just outside London. So there was a thriving drum and bass, you know, house, techno, there was everything. We were lucky enough to watch dubstep grow from tiny beginnings. So yeah, that side of things has always been a big influence on us. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'd be happy with ourselves if we weren't progressing. I mean, that's the only rule we've ever really given ourselves, is we want our music to be exciting to us. And if it's exciting to us, hopefully it will be exciting to other people. So yeah, I predict we will change further.
I think, yeah, it was great. I mean, the fact that, you know, someone can say something so archaic, so like 18th century, you know, like this guy is just obviously has no concept of sort of modern science and modern biology of the human being. And the fact that, so many people just immediately just dismissed it as utter bollocks was good. Yeah, it needs to be done as well. You can't let these people just use their pedestal to, fair enough, it's his opinion, he's allowed his opinion, but you can't just let it go out there untouched, like, because it's obviously quite a horrible opinion, and it's the kind of opinion that, you know, it's serious. Like, that's the kind of thing that makes people commit suicide, especially in America, like, where suicide is pretty much the #1 cause of death. So it's not a laughing matter at all. Like, yeah, so I'm glad he's not in the band anymore.
Well, we've been getting our heads around some ideas and going back over old ideas that we didn't finish off or didn't work on enough in the Flash Flood of Colour sessions. But no, I mean, we're just generally really excited to get back into a studio. Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to describe how things sound because, to be honest, we don't really know yet. So yeah, we're kind of just waiting to see where we take ourselves. No, not really.
I'm just going to record a few songs and
see what we come up with, and then we'll take the next step. We never plan too far ahead. Yeah, too far ahead of time, you know.
Yeah. Well, fans are waiting.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.